Well, that was the first time hiking along, and just a cow sitting there chilling, relaxing. Apparently the cow's using the trail. So today I'm at Patagonia Lake State Park, Arizona. I'm out here hiking the Sonoyta Trail, trying to find the Coatimundis. Arizona is kind of creepy down in here. All these old dead trees hanging out. I would say if there's bobcat country out here, this would have to be a prime location. Lots of trees, lots of places to hide. Who knows what's back in there? It's definitely pretty dense. I don't know, this is kind of weird, man. Got a couple of deer up ahead. You can tell they're probably pretty used to people being around. A little bit of a creek crossing. This stuff looks pretty nasty. Definitely don't want to fall in this crap. Kind of creepy back in here. So far, this trail's been pretty nice. It's quiet. Got a nice amount of shade. Not sure what that is. Got something moving out there. Got a squirrel. Oh, we got another deer. Actually, we got another deer back here. And another one. Well, actually, we got a bunch of them. Look at that. I am surrounded by deers. That is pretty crazy. I've never seen so many in one place. Other one right here. This has been a pretty crazy little hike, man. I've never seen so many deers. I really wanted to catch a coatimundi. I had one come through camp last night. I wasn't quick enough to get them on camera. They're pretty neat creatures. Hopefully I get to see one before I leave. I don't know if this footbridge is any good. That mud is pretty slippery. Oh no. That's something out here walking around. Got it crossed. I have no idea what's making that sound in the bush. We'll push on. Creepy lake trail. Alright, well, I'm going to make my way back. I'm in about 1.5 miles in Malone. So, I'm going to head back. Maybe we'll catch some stuff on the way back out. A little too far for me being by myself. I think why this creeps me out so much is it reminds me of a scene from a movie about lions dragging people off out of their tents at night and killing them. I'm from a desert environment, and this is something in between that I'm not really used to, so it kind of creeps me out. It's kind of weird walking around talking to a camera. I kind of feel like an idiot, but I have a lot of friends. I keep saying I've had a lot of missed opportunities in all the adventures I've been taking, that I should be documenting them, at least for my own personal viewing later, if not for somebody else to enjoy. So I'm kind of getting used to this whole walking and talking to a camera by myself thing. So from being from the desert, I'm usually pretty good at judging my water consumption or how far I can go based on what I have. And I set out on this short hike. Camp's only about a 1/4 mile from here. And I knew I only had this little bottle of electrolyte and water mix. So when I get to half, I better turn back. I usually carry more. It's smarter too. And a backpack, but I never push it beyond half of my water consumption. So one thing I noticed, although it is winter, it really isn't that cold. But for as nasty as this water is, there's almost no bugs. There's hardly any mosquitoes, even at night. Our Arizona parks are pretty nice, and the trails they set up around these campgrounds are really first class. Every so often you get a nice bench if you need to take a break. Everything's laid out well. I'm never here early enough or at the right time of week where I can take a guided tour. That'd always be kind of neat if you're into that kind of thing. So earlier I misspoke when I said cow. That is obviously not a cow. That was a bull. How can I tell? Well, there's two ways. One I'm not going to explain. One I'm not going to explain. And two, a ginormous pile of bullshit. I guess I get too focused on trying to talk and walk than pay attention to what I'm saying. Here is our big old bull friend again. And I must have been blind earlier because he is definitely a bull. You can tell. That's definitely a bull. Seen this earlier. This is kind of neat. They stamped in animal prints. And this place is known for having, I don't know how many different varieties of bird. The neat thing is they have this nice little hummingbird watching station here. All kinds of different hummingbirds. I don't know what that is, but it's not a hummingbird. Those are definitely not hummingbirds. And the trail finally ends, and it comes right back to the campground. Pretty convenient and neat. And it's extremely convenient because my campsite is right there. So this is the benefit of having a smaller trailer right here. This spot is pretty small. It is too wide, but it's half washed out, so I have to park this way, park the trailer that way. But it works out perfect because I got a pretty good spot here. Let me show everybody. Right on the lake. The old tab's doing pretty good still. No problems at all. I'll give a short update on the tab. A couple modifications I made in the last month. I just picked up these TPMS sensors from a company called Tire Minder. The sensors have little batteries in them, and they send a signal to a booster. You have to excuse the mess in here. Whenever I'm traveling, I pack everything in here. But you get a little display module, and it tells you your tire pressure and your tire temperature. And it even sets off a warning if you lose pressure or overheat a tire, I think. Maybe a wheel bearing goes out. Now, it's supposed to mount up on the windshield. I haven't done that yet. I haven't figured out where I want to put it. You can charge it, but it does have the solar panel. And as long as it's sunny out, it actually works very well. So what I did with the signal booster is I put ring terminals on the battery line. And I just stuck it up on here. It works out. They say not to put it in a structure, but it relays to that truck just fine. This is the first trip out with them, and they worked flawless for the 320 miles to get here. We'll see how long the batteries in them last, but the next big modification a buddy and I did was to develop a dividing plate wall in here. So I got some aluminum. We cut it to shape, fit it in the box. My buddy's got a aluminum setup for welding. So we just tack welded it in there. And I noticed they've been doing this on the new tags with the lithium battery package. It just gives me a little more peace of mind. If something goes wrong with this battery, at least the propane tank's kind of protected for a little bit. We also made this block-off plate to block the gaping hole for the battery cables. I can always take that off or change it, or in the case of a fire, it'll melt and vent. And I decided to notch it out down here because this box has a channel, and that's where I store my trailer sway control. So when the sway control isn't in use, I just take it and I tuck it down in here. And it's really nice, just like that. So far this month, that's all I've done to the trailer, but it's working flawlessly so far. Well, went to the local market, and this is all I could find. With some wheat buns, but these dogs look pretty good. There's not too much of these little local markets, but it's kind of fun to make do with what you got. And I haven't done campfire hot dogs in a while. I get to use this nifty contraption. So, I got a telescoping hot dog flipper.
I got a telescoping hot dog flipper.
Of course, I'm going to use my Mora knife. Probably the best, sharpest, cheap knife you can get. Yeah, those look pretty good. We'll see how they are. Take a hot dog and you run it through each side of this thing. These are still a little frozen. Everything at the store there is frozen. That way it keeps. They don't have a lot of customers on the off time. There we go. You take it and you flip it. Alright, these look about done. Trick is just keep them moving and rolling. Start hearing them sizzle, you back it off. Alright, let's see. They look done to me. Oh, that's not good. That goes to the fire gods. And because all they had at the store was Great Value brand Dijon, it's going to have to do for mustard. Pair those with some of these Cape Cod chips. These are pretty good jalapeno chips. Not bad, other than the bread's a little freezer burnt. I will say these hot dogs are excellent. That is a bonus. That helps that bad bread out. But I guess nothing's bad when you got a view like that and weather like this today. Doing camp dishes is my favorite. Dishes done. This has to be another one of the best things I've ever bought for camping. Years I was using sticks. It's a collapsible fire poker. It's been going strong 3 years. Need a little wine to wash the hot dogs down. I think I'll go with this semi-sweet white. These are both local wines. That's really good. Well, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my wine and this killer sunset on the lake and call it an early night. I got a long drive tomorrow, unless the Coatimundis come.
Unless the Coatimundis come.